Hello, race fans, and welcome back to the IROC series presented by More Freedom Trucking. Today we are here at Daytona for IROC Daytona, and this is going to be race number 1 in the IROC series for this season, but it is also going to be race number 1 in the More Freedom Stock Car Racing season. As you know, we have 2 racing series here on the channel. We've got the IROC series and we have the More Freedom series. So kicking it off this year again is going to be the IROC series for season 2. Let's quickly go through a couple things. We're going to go through your drivers for the series, and then we'll go through our qualifying order. So we have 13 drivers in the series this year, and that's going to be the number 1 of Jamal Jackson, the 3 of Geek Girl Games, the 07 of Douche Baggins, the 8 of Moon Bunny, the 13 of King of the Aces, the 25 of JTM 2588, the 69 of Arco Creates, the 72 of Duchess, the 80 of Hall Garrick, the 96 of Nico 2588, last season's More Freedom Series champion, the 420 of Queen of Hearts, the 660 of Garrett Miller, and the 777 of Seabass. So a lot of familiar names here in the IROC series, several with a name change and number change. So Moon Bunny is moving to the 8 car from, I believe she was in the 22 last year, and with a name change going to Moon Bunny. You're going to see the Seabass was in the 7 car last year. He has moved to the 777, and I believe that is all for the changes that we have this year. But let's go through qualifying real fast. Starting on the pole is going to be More Freedom Series Season 1 champion, the number 13 of King of the Aces. And on his outside, the 777 of Seabass. Starting third will be the number 80 of Hall Garrick. And on his outside, the number 25 of JTM. Starting fifth will be the 07 of Douche Baggins. And on his outside, More Freedom Series Season 2 champion, the 96 of Nico 2588. Starting 7th will be the 1 of Jamal Jackson, and on his outside, the number 3 of Geek Girl Games. Starting 9th will be the 660 of Garrett Miller, and on his outside, the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Starting 11th will be the 72 of Duchess, and on her outside, the 69 of Arco Creates. And starting 13th, shotgun on the field, is going to be the number 8 of Moon Bunny. So that's your starting lineup today for IROC Daytona. And as you'll recall, with Daytona, or with the IROC series, it is all More Freedom Series Season 2 race winners, the More Freedom Series Season 2 champion, the More Freedom Series Season 1 champion, and the IROC Series Season champion. So that covers it. All the cars are identical. They all set up all the same. We're driving Pontiac Firebirds, and I think we're ready to go racing. So the crowd's here. Let's go racing. Again, starting from the pole is going to be the number 13 of King of the Aces. Obviously, that's going to be his first pole of the year, as this is race number 1. I know King is probably looking forward to this season. He's trying to get back to his winning ways. As you recall, Season 1 of the More Freedom Series, King of the Aces had, I believe, 2 wins in the season and the 3rd at the All-Star race. 0 wins last season, though he is leading in career stats and top 10s with like 17. So King is definitely looking forward to this season. I'm just assuming, and he is wanting to get back to his winning ways, be it here in the IROC series or over in the More Freedom series. I'm seeing, definitely in the More Freedom series. And you're going to see a lot of familiar names, a few color changes mingled throughout the field. You'll see those cars on Friday for the More Freedom Series race, and all the new liveries and everything else that we have for 2023 in both this and the other one. So it may take me a moment to get used to some new car numbers and some new paint and all that stuff. But, you know, King is going to be leading us down to take the green flag, and on his outside will be that 777 of Seabass. Right behind King is going to be, I believe, the number 80 of Hall Garrick. Pace car ducking in, that beautiful orange Dodge Challenger pace car, ducking into the pits. King's leading us down to take the green flag. And we are underway here at Daytona for IROC Daytona as they lead us down into turn 1. The 660 of Garrett Miller already dropping down to the inside, or at least trying to drop down to the inside of that number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Thinking better of it, jumps back in line. The 80 of Hall Garrick right now, right behind the number 13 of King of the Aces. We're going to see which line is the better line, which line is the slower, all that stuff today. Down the backstretch into turn 3, still too wide for the majority of the field as King of the Aces is still leading the way. We're going to see what happens as he jumps into the front stretch. That 07 of DB, Douche Baggins, right there behind the 80 of Hall Garrick, last season's IROC Series champion, the number 07, as the 80 of Hall Garrick jumps down to the inside of the 13 of King of the Aces. King is going to be able to lead that first lap. We'll bring up your timing and scoring as you'll see that King led the first lap. Second place would have been that 7-7 to Seabass. But right now your person on the point is going to be number 80 of Hall Garrick as he heads down the backstretch into turn 3. He's on the high line, DB down to the low line right there. Right behind him is going to be number 1 of Jamal Jackson. We've got 20 laps of hopefully green flag action today. Hopefully green flag action as the 777's getting bumped, or getting wild and crazy there in the back as DB is going to be your leader there for lap number 1. Or, I'm sorry, the second lap, as we have 3 wide at the front right now with the 660, the 1, the 07, the 80 on top, 3 wide. The 13 of King of the Aces sandwiched in the middle between Moon Bunny and Eric. Down the backstretch they go, still 3 wide right now as the 72 of Duchess is coming up to play behind the number 660 of Garrett Miller. Moon Bunny pushing Duchess and Garrett up to the front as we head to the front stretch. Here comes the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Garrett down to the bottom of the track, not quite to the bottom as he's going to lead that lap right here. Into turn 1 they go. Moon Bunny down to the bottom. Garrett still hanging up high. Trying to move down in front of Moon Bunny right now is going to be that 660 of Garrett Miller. The 420 of Queen of Hearts pushing the 8 of Moon Bunny out here to the front. Here comes the 69 of Arco Creates. Right now making it 3 wide down the backstretch. Moon Bunny down, dropping in front of the 420 of Queen of Hearts right there. Tight racing going on right here, right now at Daytona. Moon Bunny down to the inside. Garrett on the outside. Right behind Moon Bunny is going to be the Queen of Hearts in that 420. We're getting racy in the middle of the pack right now as it looks like we're still 3 wide. Jamal right there sandwiched in the middle. Here comes the 69 of Arco Creates underneath the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Garrett and Duchess stuck there on the outside with DB. Douche Motorsports is also change in. We have the 8 of Moon Bunny has actually moved over with Heck of a Duber, who's not in this race, but they've moved over to Douche Motorsports. So Douche Motorsports with 3 drivers in the IROC series this year, as the leader on the point is still going to be that number 8 of Moon Bunny, but here comes the 69 of Arco Creates. Moon Bunny swinging up high. We're going to see if she drops it down low right now to the bottom of the track, but I think it's going to be the 69 of Arco Creates getting moved along by the number 13 of King of the Aces, and here comes the 3 of Geek Girl Games. And the season champion, the 96 of Nico right there, trying to get underneath the number 3 of Geek Girl Games down the backstretch. Into turn 3. King of the Aces fighting his way back up to the front. Here comes the 3 and the 96 and the 25 of JTM. So right now, those two MBR cars hooked up right behind the number 3 of Geek Girl Games. We're going to see what they can do as King of the Aces has worked his way back up to the front of the field and is going to lead that lap as G3 is now underneath him, but the 96 and the 25 underneath. Looks like the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Down through turns 1 and 2 they go. Down the backstretch. We're going to see what the 96 and the 25 do right here. It looks like the 25 and the 96 are going to possibly hook up here on the bottom. We're going to see what the 96 does as he's kind of he's not going to be able to get it down in front of his teammate, the 25 of JTM, as we got 3 wide for the lead right now. Headed towards the tri-oval, we got the 25 at the bottom, the 96 in the middle, the 3 at the top. We're going to see who leads that lap as we have 3 wide at the front of the pack. The 25 now down to the bottom, getting pushed along by the 777 of Seabass. So JTM, your leader on that last lap, but here comes Seabass, Eric, DB, and Duchess. DB and Duchess now working down to the bottom of the track with Eric. As Seabass trying to keep his car on the bottom right now, sliding up a little bit here into the tri-oval, still up right there in front of the 80. Eric pushing underneath, getting down to the bottom of the number of Seabass. Eric down into turn 1. I believe Seabass will be your leader on that last lap, but here comes DB and Duchess. The 96 of Nico right there sandwiched in the middle. Here comes the 69 of Arco Creates right there, getting that draft off the 72 and the 07. Duchess trying to creep under DB right there into turn 3. Unable to do so. DB down to the bottom right there with Duchess and the 69 of Arco. So Duchess now trying to work it down to the bottom as she's got a great run through the tri-oval. DB's going to lead that lap with, I believe that's halfway right there. We're going to see at the timing and scoring, but I believe your leader at halfway is going to be the 07 of Douche Baggins. Waiting for that to update. Currently right now, though, on point is the number 72 of Duchess. So yes, your leader at half is going to be the 07 of Douche Baggins. Racing is getting pretty wild up at the front right now as we have multiple changes for the lead right here on this lap as DB, then Duchess, now the 69, now the 1 of Jamal Jackson. Jamal may have been your leader on that lap as the 660 of Garrett Miller down to the bottom, but here comes the 420 of Queen of Hearts right there behind the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. We're going to see what Jamal does down the backstretch and into turn 3 as that low line is obviously the faster line here at Daytona. Jamal stays in the middle right there in front of the 660. The 420 of Queen of Hearts down to his inside. Right behind the 420 is going to be the 96 of Nico. Nico 2588. He's been hanging around a little bit, hasn't been up to the front yet, but he is right there behind the 420 of Queen of Hearts, who is going to be your leader right there on that lap with 8 laps to go here at Daytona. Here comes the 13 of King of the Aces, the pole sitter, as Nico dropping it to the bottom of the track right now, trying to take over the lead from the 420. And I'm just saying only 2 Aces to Z Motorsports cars in the field, in the IROC field this year. I believe they had 3 last year. But we got King and the 420, Queen of Hearts. As we come down to the front stretch into the tri-oval, your leader on the track is going to be the 96 of Nico. King of the Aces dropping down to his inside. Nick's going to lead a lap right here. King of the Aces is pushing his way back to the front one more time. Behind him is going to be the number 8 of Moon Bunny and the number 3 of Geek Girl Games. So the ladies of the series working together right now to try to get back to the lead. We're going to see what G3 does. It looks like she's trying to make it 3 wide down the backstretch. Into turn 3, Moon Bunny stays down there in front of her as they go down into turn 3 and 4. Moon Bunny at the bottom of the track with help from the number 3 of Geek Girl Games and the 25 of JTM and the number 80 of Hog Eric. Down the front stretch, out to lead this lap is very close, going to be the number 8 of Moon Bunny as G3 down to the bottom. And here comes that 80 of Hog Eric, making it 3 wide right there with Seabass in the middle. 13 of the King Aces on the outside. Here comes that 07 of DB. DB and Duchess staying with each other on the track right now, trying to get that Douche Motorsports cars up to the front. Good teamwork right now by the 07 and the 72 as DB trying to make it 4 wide right now. DB is making it 4 wide right now into the and we've got an accident here on the track as the 69 of Arco Creates and the 660 of Garrett Miller involved in this accident with 6 laps to go here. We're going to get a replay of that in just a moment, but 4 wide action. The number 3 of Geek Girl Games torn up right there on the rear end. And it looks like the 25 of JTM is going to be your leader right now with the 07 of DB in second. So no pit stops here in the IROC series, but we saw some damage right there on the back end of the 3 and the number 8. Looking at the back of those 2 cars, so there's definitely damage on the back of the 3 and the 8. So Moon Bunny and G3 with a little bit of damage as the 777 is down to the bottom of the track. He is going to be heading into the pits. So let's go to that replay real fast. As you can see, the 80 and the 777 right here on this almost 4 wide action, and they're going to get tangled up right here and cause this accident. So let's go to this replay. Out of turn 3, you can see them get caught up right there and just pandemonium and mayhem. So cars probably not torn up too bad, but we'll see what happens. We'll get the timing and scoring real fast. So looking at the timing and scoring, unfortunately, the 777 of Seabass as part of that accident is going to be out. But let's go through your top 12 real fast. So your leader right now is going to be the number 25 of JTM, 25. I always want to say 2588. The leader is going to be the number 25 of JTM, 2588. Second will be the 07 of Douche Baggins. Third will be the 72 of Duchess. Third will be the 3 of Geek Girl Games. Fourth will be the number 8 of Moon Bunny. I'm sorry, that's 5th will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. 6th will be the number 13 of King of the Aces. 7th will be the 96 of Nico, 2588. 8th will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts. 9th will be the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. 10th will be the number 80 of Hog Eric. 11th will be the 69 of Arco Creates. And currently running 12th is going to be the 660 of Garrett Miller. And as you know, like I said, the Seabass is now out of the race. He's going to be finishing 13th on the day. So plenty of races left in the season to make that up. I think that's probably our first accident in the More Freedom or the IROC series. So we're going to see what happens if they go back to green here or if they stay under yellow. But very beneficial right now for the 25 of JTM. And we're going to see what DB and Duchess and G3 and Moon Bunny and the rest of this field have for that number 25. As you see, the 3 and the 8 both have rear end damage on them. So we're going to see if that has any lasting effect on their aerodynamics and anything like that, or if they're going to be okay. Also looks like the 80 of Hog Eric's got some rear end damage on him as well. So I know we're going to have at least one more lap of yellow here as the lights are not out on that beautiful orange Dodge Challenger pace car. So we're going to see if JTM can kick off the year with a win here, as last year, the number 40, I believe it was the 40 of Veteran Chaos, won the first race of the year last year in the IROC series, and it was not a successful season for him as the lights are out on that pace car. So we got one more lap until green. So that means we're going to have a couple lap shootout here at the end for the win here at IROC Daytona. So yeah, last year the winner of this race was, and I'm really thinking it was Veteran Chaos, and he had a bad season after that. So maybe it's the IROC first win jinx. I don't know. We'll find out as the season goes on in the More Freedom series. But it looks like it's shaping up to be a great end to this race, even though we're under caution right now. I think with 5 laps led here, JTM is going to be the leader of the most laps today. So he's going to get those 5 bonus points. So that's good news. You know, so if you don't recall, the person that starts on the pole gets 5 bonus points. The leader, if you lead a lap, you get 5 bonus points. The leader halfway gets 5 bonus points. And the leader of the most laps gets 5 bonus points. So lots of opportunity for bonus points here in both the IROC series and the More Freedom series. And right now JTM has 10 bonus points coming to him. DB's going to have 10 bonus points coming to him. And King of the Aces has 10 bonus points coming to him. So those points make a difference at the end of the year when it comes to where you finish, because it almost was bonus points and whatnot that won Nico and DB their championships last year, as JTM gets us back under green as the 72 of Duchess down to the inside of her teammate, the 07 of Douche Baggins. So Moon Bunny falling back quickly right now. We're going to see if she can get that car wound up, or if that is some damage that is made her car broken. Down into turn 3. Battle right now for second on the track. Your leader is going to be the 25 of JTM. Down to the bottom is the 72 and the 96 and the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts with the great run on the 96 of Nico. Nico down to the bottom underneath the 72 of Duchess. Coming down to the stripe. We've got the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Daytona. Your leader on the track is going to be the 25 of JTM. Right behind him is going to be the 72, the 07, the 96, the 3, the 420. So JTM, last lap right here, battling it out for second place right now. It's going to be the 72 and the 07 and the 96. JTM down the backstretch into turn 3. Look at the pace car, but there is JTM sliding to the middle. Duchess down to the bottom. Out of turn 3, out of turn 4. Duchess still at the bottom. Right there behind her is going to be the 96 of Nico down to the tri-oval. Here comes the 25 of JTM down to the bottom, cutting off Duchess. Your winner today here for IROC Daytona. Race number 1 in the More Freedom stock car racing is going to be the number 25 of JTM. So awesome last lap battle. Thought that the 07 and the 72 and the 96 would have put more pressure on that 25, but long breathe out for your announcer as the 25 of JTM is going to pull out a win here at Daytona. So MBR, that team, back to their winning ways already this year here at Daytona and the IROC series. So let's go through your finishing order here at Daytona. Your winner again is going to be the number 25 of JTM 2588. Second place will be the 07 of Douche Baggins. Third will be the 72 of Duchess. Fourth will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Fifth will be the 96 of Nico 2588. Sixth will be the 3 of Geek Girl Games. Seventh will be the 13 of King of the Aces. Eighth will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. Ninth will be the number 80 of Hog Eric. 10th will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. 9th will be 80. 10th will be the 8. 11th will be the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. 12th will be the 69 of Arco Creates. And rounding out your field will be, in 13th place, will be the 777 of Seabass. So that's your finishing order today for IROC Daytona. Congratulations to the 25 of JTM 2588, your winner today. And that brings up, so our next race will be coming later on this year. So in about 5 weeks, it will be on April 3rd. So that's going to be our next race. Your schedule is going to be right here on the screen. And coming up on Friday, come back for the More Freedom Series, the Daytona 100 right here. And I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you are too. So until Friday, take care.